Okay guys, this series of videos will take you through how to make this desk-based battery-powered USB light that you can see on the screen here. I've modelled it up in SolidWorks and I'm going to show you how you can design and make this in SolidWorks. We're then going to export it as DXF files to 2D Design, which can then be laser cut and assembled manually. So before we get into making it, let's have a look around and see what it's made of. So you can see here I've used just a simple timber texture on it. It's the closest thing I could find to MDF or plywood, and it's got a switch on the top here, and then on the top you've got a translucent piece of acrylic, and the whole idea is that the lights will shine from the inside, illuminating this piece of acrylic. And I've just made a random shape with the allowed amount of space I've got here, but you can put anything you really want on here. You can also see at the bottom these parts here protrude further down and they will act as feet, and we'll need them, and I'll show you a reason why in a minute. So let's have a look inside it. If I do a section view and we look inside, we can see inside you've got a lot of space, and you've got a weird contraption here. So what we've got here is we've got a base plate, and that's got a hole in it, and then the plate above it, this one just here, this one's got a hexagon cut into it, and that's going to be for a captive nut. So we'll place a nut inside that, and then on top we've got another one with just a hole in it. So the whole idea here is that we can screw up from below, and this is our battery cover here. So a machine screw can come through here, pass freely through the first hole, catch this nut here, and as it rotates in, the nut can't move because of the hexagonal shape, and then the end of the machine screw can pass freely through here as well. This is called a captive nut assembly. And we've got our base plate here. Now this is our battery cover or base plate, whatever you want to call it, but you can see it won't just slide straight in. It fits in perfectly, nice and snug, but it only requires one machine screw, and that was a deliberate design move. So what we've actually got it doing here, you can see I've got a 45-degree chamfer on this end over here. Oh, wait for my computer to catch up with me. Oh, it's not liking that, is it? Go from the top. There we go. So I've got a 45-degree chamfer here and a corresponding chamfer there. And the reason for that is I can place this tip of the chamfer in here at an angle, and then bring this round, marry it up, and then screw it in. Works in the same way that a cover for a TV remote would slot into place. It's anchored here on a cantilever, and then it's screwed in place. So that's a clever little way of saving on screws and using a mechanical locking system with it. So this is the design. It's not overly complicated, there's quite a few parts to make, but the advantage of making them in SolidWorks is that we can export them as DXF files, and the laser cutter can do the work for us. Okay, let's get started.